Hey, what's up? This is Phil Ebner with the Video School Online YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to shoot better videos. This is part of our Make Better Video series that we're doing with our website. We've got blog posts and a series of videos to go along with this. We've talked about choosing better topics and doing a better pre-production. So check those out on our website, videoschoolonline.com, as well as on our YouTube page. So thank you for joining us. And so let's get right into some top tips for shooting better video. So let's talk about camera choice. And I guess the main point I want to get across here is that your camera doesn't really have that much of an effect on if your video is good or not. Of course, there's lots of different cameras that can shoot different qualities that you can, we got DSLR cameras where you can change lenses and get really creative with that. We have, just handy cams that, you take and shoot video of your kids playing in the playground or whatever, and your kid is growing up. I'm sure your parents had a handy cam around, or you might have one right now. You might be using one. You can be using a webcam, which I'm using right now, or you can have like a professional film camera using film, or just your iPhone or whatever. There's so many types of cameras, and people spend way too much time, and I am guilty of this, way too much time trying to figure out what the best camera to use is. I've spent hours and hours and hours scouring the internet for reviews on what is the best camera. When I was trying to buy my own DSLR, I spent days looking at the reviews and sample videos, and my advice to you is just get something and shoot. Of course, another tip within camera choice is get something within your budget. You don't want to spend too much money on your camera if you don't have the money. So obviously buy something that's within your means. And there's some great cameras out there right now that shoot great video, great HD video. I guess the only caveat I have for camera choice right now is definitely get an HD camera. I don't think you can even buy a non-HD camera anymore unless you're getting something used or an old model, but definitely get an HD camera. But whether it's a DSLR or just a video camera, or just a flip cam, depending on what style of video you're using, all of those can shoot great quality video. A couple of the best DSLRs that are lower price are like the Canon 60D or the T3i. The Canon 70 is a little bit pricier, and that's the one I have right now and I use for lots of documentary shoots and video shoots. But again, the camera choice, the camera that you use doesn't affect how great your video ends up. It might affect slightly the quality of the video, footage itself. If you have a DSLR and you're using different lenses, of course that's going to have an effect on how your video looks. But whether it makes your video great or not, it's not about the camera. It's about all the other things we're talking about, from pre-production, choosing the right topic, and audio, which we're going to be talking about in the future, editing, and everything else like that. Tip number 2 for shooting better video is stabilize your camera. I can't preach this enough to my followers that stabilizing your camera is it should be the number 1 tip for shooting better video. So many people think, oh, I can just hold my camera up with my hands and go out and shoot a great documentary or a great film, but it's not going to happen. It takes years and years of practice to be able to shoot handheld, and still it's not a good practice. So at the very least, get a $20–$30 tripod from Best Buy, put your camera on there, and you're good to go. Having a monopod is a great idea. I use a monopod for a lot of my shoots when I'm running around getting shots at weddings. For wedding videography, I use a monopod because it's really easy to set up and it stabilizes your footage, and it gives you a little bit more freedom than a tripod, which you have to set up each of the legs, make sure it's level, blah blah blah. But a monopod is great for that. So stabilize your camera in whatever way you can, and you're going to shoot better video. Lastly, my last tip for shooting better video is to learn the manual settings on your camera. Of course, you can flip on your camera nowadays, and usually there's an auto setting that will auto white balance. It'll adjust the exposure and everything, but that doesn't give you a lot of control to how you want your video to look, and it doesn't work perfectly all the time. So learn your manual settings. At the very least, learn how to white balance. Usually it's just a simple matter of sticking a white paper in front of your camera, pressing the button, and it white balances. So learning those manual settings will just get you a step higher, and there's lots of courses online that teach you those skills, and in the future maybe I'll do a couple posts for different cameras and how to, for DSLRs, how to check and change your manual settings, and that'll just give you a step up on the average YouTube video producer or web video producer who just sticks a camera on a tripod or not on a tripod and presses the record button, because you can get really unique video and be really creative with different manual settings. So those are the 3 tips for shooting better video. Again, camera choice, does it really matter? I don't think it does. Just get something and start shooting. Practice, practice, practice. That's going to make you a better shooter, not buying the latest, most expensive gadget. 2, stabilize your camera, whether it's a monopod, a cheap tripod from Best Buy, or somewhere else. Just stabilize your footage. And 3, learn your manual settings. Use the manual booklet that comes with your camera, or look online for some tutorials. And those 3 tips, you're going to be shooting better video already. So I hope you enjoyed these quick tips. We're going to be getting more in depth with all of these topics that I'm going over in the future on videoschoolonline.com. Check it out, subscribe, you'll get 50% off all of my online courses right now, and lots of free tips, tricks, trends, and tutorials. Anyways, this is Phil Ebner. Thank you for watching this time on the Video School Online YouTube channel, and I will see you next time. Bye, have a great day.